Good evening. This is the council meeting being called to order, and this meeting's being held in person and online with the link provided. Residents wishing to participate in the public comment or public hearing portion of the agenda may do so by clicking in to participate or call using the phone number provided, which is 469-708-0487. And the meeting ID is 351-221-838 hashtag. So I'm going to have a roll call. Councilor Johnson?
Present.
Councilor Simino?
Present.
Councilor Philandri?
Present.
Councilor Edson?
Present.
Councilor Gass?
Present.
Perfect. And now I'm going to lead the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so the next item is presentations, and we're going to have the presentation of the Boston Post cane, and that is going to be given by our town clerk, Britt Barton, and as approved at the previous town council meeting, Eleanor Miriam Bisbee was selected as the next recipient of the Town of Gray's Boston Post cane.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. It is my honor to present the Boston Post cane to Miss Eleanor Miriam Bisbee. The Boston Post cane is a New England tradition dating back to 1909, when ceremonial canes were distributed to towns to recognize their eldest residents. Today, it remains a meaningful way to honor a lifetime of experience, resilience, and connection to the place we call home. Miriam is truly part of Gray's story. A lifelong resident, she grew up right here, and over more than a century has lived through and contributed to the history of this community. From a young age, she showed both skills and determination, learning to sew as a child and going on to spend many years working as a seamstress. Even in retirement, she continued to give back, volunteering at the Maine Wildlife Park for decades, where her dedication left such a lasting impression that a beaver was named in her honor. But beyond her accomplishment, what stands out most is her personality. In the 1940 Pennell Institute yearbook, it was written, "Miriam is very witty, she can write a good ditty, and when called upon to work, she will never, never shirk." Miriam, this recognition reflects not only your longevity, but the life you have lived, the work you have done, and the spirit you have brought to this community. Miriam is truly our honor. As one Boston Post cane presentation so fittingly noted, a life so richly lived deserves special recognition. We want to thank you all for being here to share in this special moment and to celebrate Miriam's remarkable life. If anyone wants to get up and share a few words or a memory, you're certainly welcome to. But in the meantime, please join me in congratulating her.
You can use it to whack the counselors.
Just don't make me mad.
Let's get a picture with her, all the counselors behind her. Is that a good idea? And let's all get a picture with her. We'll get behind her, and then, yeah, put the chair a little bit, and then we'll try to get everybody.
May I put this on you?
Of everybody.
May I put this on you? Just say yes. Just say yes. I won't draw blood.
Get out of the pictures.
So can we bring her over, like sit her right here, and then the council will get all around her and get a picture with her, and then we'll try to get them, everyone kind of squeeze in and get behind her, we'll bring her to the middle. Yeah. How's that? You wanna do this?
Shake out your hand.
I was just on your lap, if that's okay.
She would love it.
Well, I guess this is worth living 100 years.
You waited 100 years for this, didn't you?
She is.
104, October 15th.
All right.
Hey guys, why don't we do and then we'll try to get everybody in one group picture. How's that? Yeah, everyone kind of. Yeah, like this, we'll go this way.
I knew that was Olivia. I want Fran to be 104.
All right, folks, look over here.
Where's Abigail? Where's Abby?
All right, smile. Oh, wait. Okay, everybody smile. Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
She stays, she'll nap in here for sure.
You can't make it up?
So Miriam received several nominations for the Boston Post cane, and one of which was from her dear friend, Miss Jean Humphrey. And Jean would like to get up and say a few words.
I'm on it.
Speak right into the microphone.
Okay.
She and I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
People usually
Come
can.
up, you come up here, come right up
Oh
here.
my God,
Get-
let it be
oh, up here. You're fine.
Right up.
Yeah, you're good. Take my seat.
I've been thinking about saying something short and sweet, sweet today about this wonderful woman. And I couldn't come up with anything. So I thought, she's written a lot of stuff. Beautiful. Don't get me laughing. She's written a lot of wonderful, wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. And one thing she wrote was Miriam's credo. And so I thought, that's what should be read tonight. Okay? But then I thought, not without her permission. So I went down earlier today to the nursing home. And because she's hard of hearing, I wrote out what I was talking about. I spoke to her before, she got it, and then I wrote this letter. And I am going to read the letter. It will help give you some background. Obviously, she said yes, because we're here tonight. She said, yes, I could read it, and I will read it once I finish this 7-page letter. I taught school, high school, okay, so don't mess with me. Okay. My dear Miriam, tonight is when you receive the Boston Cane for a long and purposeful and good life. I shall be there. I cannot tell you how much knowing you has meant to me. You have a wise and wonderful mind, as is shown in what you speak, what you write, and what you live. You have written many things, but the credo that you wrote is exceptional and can help many people know Miriam. In this world today, we especially need thoughts like you wrote to help find peace. May I have permission to read your credo at tonight's meeting? I wrote. They are going to give people a chance to speak. I can't think of anything better to say in a few words than this, and it is what the world needs to hear. You are wonderful, wise, and loving human being, and your credo touches us that we can be that way too. It will help people be better. With love and respect, Jean Humphrey. I will now read Miriam's credo. I believe in the moral leadership of Jesus, whose life exemplified the virtues of honesty and kindness. I believe in the authority of truth, known or to be known. I believe in the infinite possibilities and the ultimate mystery of the universe. I believe that a just and loving God honors all attempts by people of goodwill to approach him, no matter what path they choose, nor by what name they call him. I believe, I hope, that God is bigger and kinder than any of the human creeds that seek to confine him. Thank you.
My name is Carol West, and I have known Miriam all my life. Just an aside, her dad received the Boston Cane in, I believe it was 1971, so 50 years ago, 55 years ago. Miriam used to write for the Gray News, and she wrote a column called Looking Backwards. And I reread one of them here a couple of months ago, and it was about the fires in Gray and what a horribly dry summer and fall it had been before the fires happened. And at the end of the piece, her last sentence was, "If I live to be 100, I hope I never see a year like this again." Miriam is very, very witty. And one time that I was taking her to a doctor's appointment, she said to me, It's nice to know that I can inconvenience somebody other than Fran when I need to go somewhere.
I hope you've got that printed somewhere. I hear it. I will write it for you.
Good evening. I'm Sue Austin, and
Stand up for the lawyer.
you can't beat her, right? Miriam, I remember hearing about you when I was just a girl, so we know that takes in a lot of years. But my mother was graduated from Pennell Institute in, what did we say? 1938, I think, for Mama. And so we've been trying to get back and forth on her. She had an older sister. And the two girls were the talk of the town for all the good reasons, and that's all I'm going to say.
You didn't think you'd get done without me saying something, did you? Hi, I'm Allison. I'm Miriam's first cousin, twice removed. She and my grandmother were cousins, and she's been part of my life since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. And in the last couple of years that I've been hanging out with her more than I had gotten to in earlier years, she has kept me on my toes. She is so witty that there are times that I'll say something to her and what comes back makes me laugh. I love you to pieces, Miriam. I love you to pieces. Happy 103 and a half years.
How many generations are here? I see some young kids.
Probably credit my mother. She always used to say, you might just as well laugh as cry.
It's gotta be 3 or 4, right?
Yeah.
At least, yeah. Who wants to put their hand up first?
Do we have anyone else that would like to share a few words? No? Well, thank you, Miriam.
I just want to say one thing for all the young kids. One of the things that if you get a chance to hang out with her, you will never regret spending some time. I can tell you my best memories are spending time with my wife's grandfather. I didn't have grandparents, and you know, I can tell just from the few minutes that I've seen her here, you will learn a lot in just a few hours. So take advantage of this opportunity.
And she's at Ledgewood Manor, just down the road. Would love visitors anytime.
Excellent. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
Well, this is the best crowd we've seen all year.
Kind of.
Exactly, that's for sure.
5 minutes.
Let's just take like 5 minutes.
We're gonna take 5.
Yeah, just take 5 minutes. Yeah. All right, Lauren, we're back up. Yep.
So the next item is the induction of the council into office. So Town Clerk Britt Barton is going to administer the oath of office to councilors-elect Pamela Edson and Judith Simno.
All right. Thank you. All right, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Judy Semino,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
we will support the Constitution
and obey the laws
and obey the laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of Maine.
and of the state of Maine,
That I will, in all respects,
that I will in all respects
observe the provisions of the Charter
the provisions of the Charter
and the ordinances of the Town of Gray
and the ordinances of the town of Gray
and the statutes of the state of Maine.
and statutes of the state of Maine,
And I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Town Councilor.
of town councilor.
Beautiful.
I'll take it down, sorry.
Thank you, Britt. And now we're going to have the election of the new council officers. So at this time, I will open the floor for nominations for the position of chair.
I nominate Vince Palange.
I'll second.
First and seconded? Did I have any discussion? All right. Can I have a vote? Mike?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes?
Pam? Yes. Ann?
Yes.
Okay. Vince?
Yes.
You're going to be...
You're outvoted.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yay!
And-
Woo!
And then, oh, I didn't really do that correctly, I guess, but are there any additional nominations after we already voted?
Yeah.
But okay. All right, so the next item is the election of vice chair, and I will now open the floor for nominations.
I'd like to nominate Judy Simo.
I'll second.
Okay. Any other nominations? Okay, if seeing none, then nominations are closed. And oh, I'm sorry, I'm just,
That's okay.
You're good.
You're doing great. Just need to vote.
okay, so I'm going to go for a vote. Mike?
Yes.
I can't vote.
Vince?
Here,
Oh,
You can
yes,
vote.
yes.
Vince?
Yes.
Pam? Yeah. Ann?
No.
Okay, so 4 and 1. So I'm going to give the gavel to the new chair.
All right.
Yay! Woo!
First, I'd just like to take a minute first to, I'd like to thank Mike. Being the chair is not easy, and sometimes there's 5 of us, but sometimes when you're the chair, you have the target on you a little bit. And so I'd like to thank Mike for his work this year. Also like to thank everybody who ran for office this year, along with everybody who voted. You know, whether your candidate won or not, you exercised your vote, and that's sacred. I would encourage the residents to look at committees that need support. It's a great way to get involved with the town of Gray, to have your voice heard and to make a difference. I will have a lot more to say with regards to thoughts, goals, and expectations at our next regular scheduled meeting. At this point in time, would like to do council communications, and I have nothing to report on right now because I just took over here, but I'd like to start maybe with, if I could, with, actually, let's do the minutes first. Ann, Mike, could I get a motion to move the minutes?
Yep, I'll make a motion to accept the town council minutes for June 2nd, 2026.
I'll second.
Okay, and I'm just going to do us two because we're obviously only three here, so all in favor?
Actually,
Do
can
we
we
do
have some
everybody?
discussion?
Sure, please,
I
absolutely.
just want to make the point that my first name has an E on the end of it, so anywhere that is ANN, that's incorrect, so just want to.
Okay,
have
actually,
that.
I'll make sure that that's changed. Let's see. All right, okay. Beautiful. Other than that, you're,
Yep.
motion, okay? All in favor?
Yep.
Threes, all right,
Yes.
3 yeas, 0 nays, so minutes are approved. And then let's just go right to, again, I don't have a, obviously just being here, I don't have a report for myself, but.
I would think we got to do the approval of the town council executive session, point of order.
Yeah, right.
Oh, we do the second one, okay, yes,
Okay.
I didn't see that there, okay. So we also have the approval of the town council executive session as well. Could I have somebody move on that?
So
Make a
moved.
motion? Oh,
All right,
second?
beautiful. Okay, all in favor? All right. So we get 3 yeas,
Yes.
0 nays. Okay, so now let's go to the council communications. And again, I have nothing to present. Councilor Gass, would you like to start us off this evening?
Sure. Open Space met last Wednesday. The members are considering some ideas for restructuring, and we'll bring those to the council when and if they decided to go ahead and make those recommendations. Resiliency meets next Monday. Last week, the Cumberland County Soil and Water Conservation District submitted a proposal to the State Community Action Grant Program for just sort of continuing work on the watershed management plan. I helped edit the draft. The Open Space and Resiliency Committees provided commitment letters, and the Little Sebago Lake Association did as well. That was a great effort, and we're kind of excited to see what happens. In activities, I continue to look into the idea of creating a public safety risk pool in Gray to help the town and residents kind of recoup the high cost of emergency transport, sort of the transport by ambulance. I haven't progressed to the point of making recommendations to council yet, but hope to do that. I have shared with the council formal referrals to repay the $260,000 borrowed from the Land Acquisition Fund and to develop and adopt a council code of conduct. Since the agenda tonight didn't include an option for adding items to the agenda, which is our usual practice, I've asked that they be added to the July 7th meeting. And then in terms of correspondence, I've received correspondence urging the council to adopt a code of conduct similar to the MSAD 15 school board. And I've also received an email from a resident wanting to add weight restrictions to his road. That's it for me.
Beautiful, thank you very much. Councilor Johnson?
Yeah, I just really, same emails from same people, pretty much copy and pasted. Just the sentence or two was different, so changing the, what do you want to call it? The agenda, not the agenda, the code of conduct, which, I think we do need to look at in updating it. And then I did get a call from Public Works in regards to the cost of the plowing this year, how it's changed significantly. Luckily, we did get 3 bids. I think it was 3 bids. And they were each for specific roads, so there was no conflict. So it's gonna, instead of one person doing it this year, it's gonna go out to multiple people, it looks like, which actually probably will work out a little bit better in the sense that one person won't be running all over the place. So I think things work out. So Tim's been working diligently to get that and figure out where it comes from. And then I did get some calls in regards to some items that they'd like to look at this year, and we're going to go over it all anyway. So we'll wait until all that comes up in a little bit. So that's it.
All right, perfect. So let's move on now to the report from the town manager, please.
Oh, sure. Good evening. I just have a few things. The annual staff training day is next Wednesday, June 24th, and the library and town office will open at 1 o'clock, and the transfer station will be closed for the day. And the only other thing I had was our town clerk, Britt Barton, was kind enough to provide me with some stats for the local election. And we had a total of 2,830 voters participate, which is approximately 47% participation. 663 of those were absentee voters. And to compare to the last year and years before, in 2025, we had 1,455 voters, which was 22%. 2024, we had 1,322 voters, which is 19%, and that was the presidential primary. In 2023, we had 986 voters, which is 14%. In 2022, we had 747 voters, which is 13%, and that was the gubernatorial primary. And in 2021, we had 468 voters, which is 8%. So we've seen quite an increase over the years, so that's excellent. So, and that's all I have.
All right, beautiful. So the next section we're going to go into is public comments of non-agenda items. And this is one of the things this year that I'm going to work with everybody so we can, what I'm about to read, I'd like to shorten it up and tighten some things up. So basically, the public is invited to address the council on any item of business not on the agenda for tonight's meeting. Citizens have a right and are encouraged to speak during public comments regarding items not on the agenda or regarding an item at the time in which it does appear on an agenda prior to the councilors beginning their deliberations. All comments and questions during public comment or on the agenda are limited to not more than 3 minutes. And I think in the past, some people have gone over, some people have not. And so we're going to use this trusty clock this year because I want to make sure that we do not show any favoritism to anybody and we are very forward on the time. And again, anyone that is in attendance in person or remotely who wishes to speak will have an opportunity to speak once. The chair may allow any person who has already addressed the council during public comment on an agenda item or a public hearing to speak again, but only to clarify a point or share new and previously unheard point of view. This is not intended for time to debate. And then once everybody speaks, we will close public comment. If somebody wants to call in, the number is 469-708-0487. And all I ask is that when you speak, you just come up to the podium. If you could just please state your name and your address, and the floor is yours, and we're here to listen. So please feel free to come up.
Good evening. My name is Lisa Elena Gilmore. I'm on Portland Road. I want to welcome the new members to our town council. So now we're all on the same team, Team Gray. And I look forward to working together with transparency and mutual respect so we can keep our town a great place to live, work, and play. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I messed that up. Would anybody else like to come up to speak?
Hi, Bob Coleman, Valley High Road in Gray. I first want to congratulate the new council members.
Thank you.
And I definitely want to thank all of you because I know how hard it is to do what you do, and I appreciate it. So I thank you. I thank the town staff for all the work they do. It's a great place to live, and guys like me make it harder because I come up here and do what I'm about to do, which is complain about stuff and just talk about the budget. And but I do want to take a minute and talk about the budget. I am a member of the Finance Committee, and you're probably thinking, Bob, we just got through the budget. Why are you talking about the budget? And the reason I'm doing that is because if you look at the town charter and you look at the role of the town council, it's very clear. The council, and this is a quote from the town website, The Gray Town Council is responsible for governing the town of Gray of Maine. They hold regular meetings, workshops to discuss and make decisions on various municipal matters. The council works on budget planning, number one, community development, and other vital local functions. We struggled with our budget this year. We struggled because costs are increasing faster than revenue, and we struggled last year. And I'm not a prophet, but I predict we will struggle this coming year with meeting the demands and the challenges of the town. So my question or my challenge to the council is to not wait until budget season, but start now. We do have a fiscal policy in the town, a 26-page document that talks about what we're supposed to do. And, you know, the very introduction to that, the town of Gray shall develop and maintain through the office of the town manager and the town council, that's all of you, a financially prudent, effective, efficient, and desired level of services to the citizens of Gray. That is the charter of, if you will, of the fiscal policy. And if you drill into this, the next section is base operating budget policy, and it talks about a zero-based budget. This is a quote: the annual budget operations shall be developed by verifying through zero-based budget development procedures. And it goes on to talk about financial analysis and business case analysis. And there's a great document that someone wrote for the town a long time ago. So my challenge, my question, or my request, the best time to begin a zero-based budget, by definition, a zero-based budget is you start with a blank piece of paper. And here, I'll read the definition. In business, zero-based budget requires department managers to justify every single expense from scratch for each new period, rather than simply taking last year's budget and adding a percentage increase. Every cost must prove its relevance to the strategic value to the company's current goal. So again, if we have a zero-based budget perspective, the best time to begin thinking about that is July 1st, when we begin the new fiscal year. If everyone in the town were thinking about that and approaching this fiscal year with how do I justify this, then I think when we get to budget season, our process will be so much easier, so much more justifiable. And I could go on and on. I'm sure my 3 minutes is up. So thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Bob.
Good luck.
And you better stay on the finance committee.
Yeah.
I did submit my paperwork today.
Thank God.
Would anybody else like to come up and speak? Okay, I'm going to close comments, and in the future, we would love to have anybody that comes up with any type of idea.
Real
that would
quick,
be great.
someone raised their hand.
Online. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Kyle. Please go ahead.
Aaron, give me 1 second to unmute your mic. You should be able to unmute your mic now and speak.
Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, thank you. Erin Demers, Straight Line Road. I just wanted to kind of touch on what Ann had mentioned about a code of ethics. I think it's a great move for the council to consider. Over the recent elections, particularly on social media, there was a lot of debate on a number of issues that Gray is facing. And in many cases, it really devolved into some kind of discouraging behavior. There were accusations of sign stealing, allegations about fake social media profiles being used to attack candidates. And a lot of it developed into just kind of bullying and personal attacks. I'm aware that the council can't control what citizens say or do on their own time, but it was really discouraging to see some elected officials or people participating on committees condone or at least look the other way when that was happening. I think it's really easy right now to, given kind of the state of national bipartisan politics, to excuse bad behavior when it comes from people that we agree with, and then condemn it when it comes from people that we don't agree with. We spend a lot of time blaming the other side instead of holding ourselves to a higher standard, and I think it would be really meaningful if the council took the extra step to put themselves above that. I know a code of ethics or a code of conduct wouldn't magically solve every problem or debate, but I think it would be a really meaningful step for those of us who don't necessarily, agree politically, but are open to finding common ground. I know I personally would put more trust in elected officials if they agreed to hold themselves to a standard of conduct, regardless of whether or not they're voting the same way. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Kyle, is there anyone else online?
No one has raised their hand.
All right, beautiful. Anybody else in here want to come up? All right, so we, at this time, will close comments. Thank you very much. We have no old business, so we're going to go to new business. It's resolved, one reading required. It's resolved 2627-1, which is reaffirming the rules for the town council meetings and workshops. The motion is be resolved that the Gray Town Council hereby reaffirms the town council rules, chapter 602, as currently adopted, to remain in full force and effect until amended by future council action. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Okay, let's first let's open the floor for public discussion on the motion, if anybody would like to come up. Okay, there's nobody who wants to come up. So I'm going to close public comment, and now I'd like to open the floor for council discussion on the motion. And what I'm going to do this year is whoever makes the first motion will speak first. Whoever made the second motion will speak second, and then we'll go through the other councilors. So, Councilor Johnson?
Okay. I think we need to spend some time on this. I don't think this is something that we should just adopt. I mean, we can adopt it tonight, but I think everyone has some changes they want to make. I know we've had a lot of suggestions, and I agree with the suggestions. I think that we should probably spend some time putting everything together, and probably in next meeting go over those suggestions and dig through them and see what makes the most sense. I've got quite a few that I've highlighted. Just little things that, I think that we just forget to do. For example, one of the things is that it says that, we need to have at least 9 working days in advance of the meeting to put something on the agenda. And what do we mean by 9 working days? Where we're closed on Fridays now, is that considered a working day or not? And we've gone back and forth on that. I think we just need to come up with some of those things. I believe that we're not following a lot of things. People just put things on the agenda. There are supposed to be at least two councils request that an item goes on the agenda, and I'd show up to a meeting, a workshop, and things are on there. So I think that we need to go through this and spend some time on it and not just vote on it tonight and pass it, but that's my opinion.
Okay, so I do agree that we need to make some changes for this, and I don't think it's tonight that should be happening, because we need to really kind of research, like Councilor Johnson said, there are things in here that I think we need to make adjustments for. I don't know if we approve it tonight, if we can alter it later. So I don't know the best alternative for that under circumstances, but I do know that there are things that do need to be changed in here, but probably not tonight.
Councilor Edson?
I'm not aware of any major changes. I mean, the 9 days, we ought to be able to figure that out, the 9 working days without an additional meeting. That's my thought.
Okay. Councilor Gass?
Well, I did my homework. I thought we were going to make the edits to this tonight. So here's some of my suggestions. Packet page 15, the first paragraph, line 3, let's see. So I would suggest that we edit that line to say.
Which line was that again, Councilor?
I'm sorry, line 3, packet page 15,
okay.
First paragraph. It has to do with, the public comments on non-agenda items. And the third line begins with, "This is not intended as a time for debate," which is...
Ann, I don't have mine in a package 13. Can you just tell me what page of where you are in that? Because I don't feel
I'm
like
sorry. I'm not sure what.
Do you might not have do you have the August 1st, 2017 one? You might have the older one, which is what I used to go off of all the time.
She has the agenda.
I have, it's on page, let's see, sorry, I usually use packet
okay.
pages,
I'm
2, 3, and 4, so it'd be on the 4th page, I think.
Okay.
Top of the 4th page of the rules, the current council rules.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And so what I would suggest at the edit, that the third line, the second, the sentence on the third line starts with, "This is not intended as a time for debate." I would suggest that we say, "This is not intended as a time for discussion or debate between the speakers and the council chair or any council member," because it seems like there was a lot of chaos around that in this last year, and I think that needs to be very clear. And on page 18, which would be, I guess, 7 in the rules, then let's see. So I suggest adding, let's see, E to the list at the top of the page. That's such that council members may vote to require the chair to step down from that position during the fiscal year in the event of demonstrated and repeated inability to adequately handle the duties of the position. We didn't have that kind of provision, and so I don't know how you want to phrase it, and I'm open to suggestions on that. But I want to make sure that the council has the ability to remove the council chair during the year if circumstances indicate that should happen. And I'm open to saying that it requires a unanimous vote of the other 4 council members. I don't think it should be easy to do, but I do think that we need a provision because we didn't have that this year. And then finally, packet page 20, 2 pages down. Let's see. In addition to this has to do with section 602.15, the standing and special committees. And I wonder, just because of the way we've used the language this last year, in addition to special in the title, do we want to add ad hoc, such as we did with the transfer station? And also in that section under A, the first sentence, then the committee shall create standing committees required by law and may create special or ad hoc committees deemed necessary. And I just think that we should make sure that we have that clearly spelled out.
I think those are all more than fair. I guess what I'd like to do or see if we could talk about it would be to, I know, Mike, you have some suggestions. I'm probably going to have some suggestions. Judy and Pam, you may have some suggestions, and maybe we should just kind of get them out on email to each other so we can walk through them.
We can't do that on email, but
you can send out a, we can't discuss it.
Right.
But you can just send out your changes and say, this is what I'd like to do, and then that'll give us an opportunity to look over them. But I think what you're suggesting is more than fair.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's more than fair.
So we'll just table this tonight? And,
I think we should table it tonight. The only question I have is, Britt, the current town council rules, do they end tonight? They don't end tonight, so they can carry forward. Okay, so that's great, yeah. So how about this?
Point of order? Yeah, just if you
Go
look
ahead.
on here, so the book that we had made before, it shows, you don't have to change them every year, and sometimes you can change them as often as you
Okay.
want. So when I was looking through this, and that's why, actually, very rarely do we actually do it in June. So I just thought, in my opinion, and I agree with everything you said, is that give these new councils an opportunity to go through this, understand a little bit more, because there is a lot of stuff that needs to be updated, in my opinion, and I agree with you. I think when we spend some time, I've got all mine highlighted, which is just, what I thought, and, I'll just send mine to everybody and take a look at it, and then maybe the next meeting
You
we
do
can
the same?
discuss it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for Judy Pam, what Anna's saying is, we could send out an email and we could say, hey,
here are the changes I want to do, but we cannot discuss
Yes.
online with each other. We could send out an email saying, take a look at these guys, we'll talk to them in the next meeting, because you can never discuss with more than 2 people. If there's 3 or more, we have to announce it as a public meeting, so that's what she's saying. But I think that's great.
Yeah.
So do we just want to do it for the next meeting, or do you want to wait to a little bit later to have more time? What
I
are
mean,
your thoughts,
are we
Council?
going to have parameter? I like what she said about the removal of the chair for, disorderly conduct. But I mean, are we going to? Are we going to have
So
parameters?
that would give you the opportunity, like Councilor Gassia, that would give us the opportunity to suggest, like, how do we want to do it? What are the suggestions? So we would set some parameters, and that we'd all agree. The majority, we would agree to it, but we would set the parameters. So to do that, is that enough time to wait to the next meeting, or do you want to give a little bit?
Yeah, I think, and if
Or just
we
talk about
can't, that works, but, I mean, it's things like, for example, we gotta talk about is the, you and I have been doing all of the warrants.
Yes, we talked about
So
that.
that's something we need to discuss. There's about 10 things that I found in here that I think.
If I recall, you guys changed that last year when it
I know.
was everybody.
That's right, but
It wasn't getting done, that's why.
We want to get it done.
Well,
So,
it should have been. Yes.
all right. So how about what's the next meeting date?
July 7th.
July 7th. Could I make a motion to table the town council, our current rules till the July 7th meeting?
I second.
Yep.
Okay, all in favor? All right, beautiful. All right, 5 yeas, so that passes. So we will readdress that on the July 7th meeting. Beautiful. Yes?
So I did.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead, thank
I'd
you.
like to make a motion to table the town council rules until the next meeting.
Second it?
Yep.
All in favor?
Oh, can I just?
Yes.
I'm just reading. Nope, yeah.
Well, we had a thing
Yeah,
that
if
we
you
read
want to,
that-
Britt, do you want to, yes.
We had something that came up that said we're supposed to, is that what you're gonna?
So I sent Lauren a message for a suggestion that counselors, if you would want to email all your suggestions for the town council rule amendments that you wish, we can draft a new document and present that for your July 7th meeting.
Do you want to do that, or do you want to have a conversation about it before she? I mean, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, you're just saying that you would put all of the
Compile it into
suggestions into
one.
one document. I mean, I think that makes sense, and I mean, and then we can approve or not those at the subsequent meeting. And it is true. I mean that what Mike said was it has in the past sometimes taken us multiple meetings to kind of wade through this.
And just to clarify, you'd email me what your changes.
Yeah,
what
you'll
you
get
want.
copied in.
Okay.
I think we just send an email out
Okay.
to you, but the councils get copied in. But again, we can't talk about it
Right,
amongst us.
exactly.
But at least that gives us a chance to look through them. Does that seem fair to everybody?
Council Plunge?
Yes.
Can we have it so that they're going to change this and they have it like red on the changes so that we know what's being changed on here?
Yeah.
Because that's
I don't know if
normally
we
how it's
have. I don't know if we have.
So
it
our
in
town
edit.
council rules do require us
Yeah,
to
they
do
do.
track changes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
All right, perfect. Yep, perfect. Thank you. All right, so do you want to do it one more time, Mike, so we can make sure we make the motion?
I think we did. I think
We good?
did
We
it
all
right.
good?
Yeah, we're
We
good.
good?
We made
Okay,
a
good.
motion.
All right, cool.
Passed.
All right,
We're
beautiful. All right. So the next one would be Resolve 2627-2, which is the approval of the 2026 and 2027 Town Council meeting schedule. Motion be resolved that the Gray Town Council hereby adopts the FY 2026 to 2027 Town Council meeting schedule as presented. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Okay. Beautiful. Would you like to start off, Councilor Gass?
I have no edits to it.
Okay. Councilor Johnson?
Yeah, let me go back to this. One of the things I think we really need to do is, I'm okay with approving it tonight, but like Bob said earlier, we need to start the process much earlier. And I think, we need, if you go through the rules, the town is supposed to give us the budget no later than 90 days prior to voting. So, I think it all has to be wrapped up by the end of February, 1st of March. And, the way things happen this year, weren't fair to a lot of people. A lot of people weren't happy, and I think that, you know, we're gonna have to make some changes to the dates, and, you know, I don't know how that's gonna work yet, but like I said earlier, I think that, you know, probably, I would like to see us get the information in mid-February and be able to send back some questions, and then by the 1st of March, you know, have all the department heads come in and answer our questions so that the public can come in and make comments. And I just think the way we did it the last few years just doesn't work. And so I'm okay with approving it tonight, but I think we're gonna have to change the schedule.
Yeah, I agree. Access to the budget part, I think it needs to be started a lot sooner than that, and I really think that the Finance Committee needs to be more involved. They were not involved at all in the budget process, and I think that's a disservice to the town that they're not involved. So, yeah, otherwise, I am glad that it's going to be twice a month, only because I think there's a lot of things that need to get done, and I think it's much more productive to do a twice a month meeting.
Councilor Edson?
Well, I just want to state that I think in the past that maybe in July or maybe in December, they only had one council meeting because of summer and also because of Christmas, and I would appreciate that myself. I think that in the past, I don't know what happened last year, but in the past, I've never known that our budget didn't start more like January. At the very beginning of the year. So, you know, I am all for starting earlier than February, because I don't think February is enough time.
Okay. So this is kind of reverting back to schedule that we used to have, and it gives us basically 2 meetings every month. And again, if we needed another one, we'd add another one. If we don't need one, we can back it out. So I think it's a good timeline. I am going to agree with what Mike said. We need to do things a lot earlier. I am going to agree with what Bob said, which is, you know, right now we had workshops on 3 or 4 different dates, piecing everything together, and the presentations we got were kind of at the 20,000 foot view. I really want to see something much more detailed this year. I want to see a couple years back so we can see what changed, why it changed, and I think going to be a lot more focused on the numbers this year. And I'd like to get things out to people in the town much earlier, even if it's preliminary and not 100%. I want people to have plenty of time to go through, to come up with questions, to say, why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? I really want to get a lot more town input. I feel like if we don't give them the input, it's kind of like you're forcing something on them, and when people feel forced, they're going to say, you know, what's going on? Why are we doing this? So I'm definitely a proponent of doing that. The only other suggestion I wanted to throw out there, and I had gotten some feedback on this, is there anyone that would have an interest in looking at, instead of doing our meetings at 7, to do them at 6:30? And that way, if we have a workshop, again, as you stated, Mike, we need 2 people to approve that workshop on the council, and then what we could try to do is, as best as possible, limit our evenings to 1 workshop, so 6 to 6:30, and then after that we could roll in our meeting from 6:30 on. And just wanted to see if there was any appetite for that.
Yeah, I agree with that, but and also if we're going to make a couple changes tonight, then I think going back to Pam's suggestion is that in July, I think we probably should go back to what we always had in the last few years. It's just 1 meeting. Because July 7th, I mean, that's going to be tough. I mean, you know, it's right around the 4th, you know. So I would recommend moving that out a week and getting rid of so just going to the 14th and doing 1. And then doing the same thing in December. I mean, because you're going, you know.
And I'd actually keep December right at the beginning.
So you want to do
cancel the 15th?
Well, I was thinking instead of the 1st, do the 8th.
Yeah, I'd say keep it away from the holidays as far as possible.
Well, the 1st is really close to Thanksgiving is what I was thinking, if people are still traveling. If you look at when I looked at the schedule, I thought it was like that, the day after or the weekend after. It's up to you guys, it's just a suggestion I was gonna make.
So if we just did the July 14th change right now for 1 in July, and we could always come back and I mean, this is kind of more of again, not set in concrete, it's more of a guideline that we go by. And I think maybe as we get closer, we would be able to take a look at that. Councilor Gass, what do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
I don't really care one way or the other, to be honest with you.
Okay,
I mean, I think, I'm not sure how the 7 o'clock PM start, was established, but it's been the practice ever since I've been on the council. I think there were some suggestions that having an earlier start time was problematic for working people who had to get home and, get supper on the table or something like that before they made it out to a meeting. But so, if everybody I'm certainly open to meeting earlier.
Yeah,
It's the public.
Like, there was a lot of times this year where we just sat around.
Yeah,
You know?
well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And I think if we tighten up if we have workshops, we tighten them up. So, so basically what we would be changing would be a 6:30 start time, making a motion to change the 6:30 start time, and then just change one date on this calendar right now, which would actually be, three, would be eliminating July 7th, July 21st, and adding in July 14th.
But and what about, do we really want to do the 15th of December? That's,
I guess my thing is, what, want to just wait till October and decide it? I mean, I get what you're saying, but maybe when we get a little closer, we'll all,
that's fine.
that's your call.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll make changes along the way, yeah.
So what
Do
is
we need
it,
to do anything
July
special on
14th?
that, Britt? If we wanted to make a change, just make a motion to,
It's just.
okay, let's just make a motion to change the start times of the town council meetings to 6:30 PM, to eliminate July 7th and July 21st, and to add in July 14th. Okay, got a motion on it?
Yeah, and before we do that, I
Yep.
just want to make sure everyone's okay with the retreat on the 16th. You guys saw that, right?
No, I didn't see that.
Me either.
It's on, so a
Oh,
town
on the-
council
on the-
retreat
no, I
on
missed that.
22nd.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
On the,
I was looking at
September, that's the one we do over at the library?
That's
yeah.
5 to 9.
Hang on a second,
Yeah, I don't have my other, oh, wait.
I think, yeah, that'll work for me.
And again, as the time approaches, if something needs to be changed, we can look at that.
I don't know if I'll be able to make it, but that's fine.
Well, again, as we get closer, if we have to,
Yeah.
we can
We'll check.
work on it. All right, so again, the change would be town council start at 6:30 PM, and removing July 7th, July, was it 21st, and adding in July 14th. Could I get a motion?
So I'll make a motion to change the schedule, to eliminate July 7th and July 21st, and just do it on July 14th, and start all the meetings at 6:30.
Perfect. Got a second?
Second.
Very beautiful. All in favor? All opposed? All right, passes in the affirmative. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, and the next is Resolve 2627-3, approval of the town council liaison assignments. Motion be resolved that the Gray Town Council hereby approves the FY 2026-2027 town council liaison assignments as presented. Could I get a motion?
I'll make a motion, so moved.
A second?
Second.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, so basically, these are the, actually, it says open the floor for public discussion. I don't know if anybody wants to come up and say anything on the assignments that we haven't assigned yet. Okay, okay, so let's open the floor for discussion with the counselors. Basically, I guess we could just read down the list if somebody has an interest, as we did last year. You can speak up, and we'll find out if there's this, go ahead.
Yeah, I was wondering, for the ones that are here, Ann and myself, I personally would like to stay on the ones that I'm on, and Ann, I know she has been very active in the ones that she's on. Is there anything, Ann, that you'd like to not be on this year, or?
No, I'd like to continue with my committees.
Me as well.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we'll speak. Let me go. So Councilor Gass, I'm just going to start with you, if I could.
Open space and resiliency.
Yep, open space, and then I'm just looking through here. You get resiliency, and I thought you were on.
I think I was like the general assistant.
General assistance, yeah.
We've never met.
Which we've never met.
You never met, but.
I think I'm not sure.
I'm happy to do it, though.
Okay, and then we'll do one more. I know we had 3 people on there last year.
I was on it.
But my question was, if you had a meeting, you couldn't really have a meeting if there were 3, if you have to have a meeting?
Yeah, it's public.
Yes.
For the drum, oh, you have to pick, okay.
Yeah, you just have
So,
to make it public.
I don't know if we want to do 3 again, we'll figure out when we get there. Okay, so, Mike, I'm just going to read what I had for you. I don't have them down. So we'll go through. So let's just, I guess.
So I was on the finance committee.
Okay, let's,
Yeah,
all right, so
was
I
a
guess
member
my
of the
question.
Finance committee and a member, and I was the library liaison.
All right, so you're the, all right, so,
And then I was also the general assistance as well.
okay. Then I guess my next question would be, all right, so is there anybody else that's interested in the library? Okay. Is there anybody else that's interested in the general assistance? And then
I am. I did that for that was one of my
Okay.
positions here.
So.
I understand.
Oh,
very
you're already
well.
on there, Pam. I have you already on there, so don't worry about it.
you
We'll go to
have me
you.
on there.
And then the last one was, is there anybody else that's interested on being the finance committee?
Yes, I
So
do.
we can have her as the liaison, so we're both on.
I actually wanted to run for liaison, but I guess we can just, how did we do that? Just have a vote, or what do we do?
Well, they're public meetings, anybody can attend.
Yeah, but you have to have a liaison.
Right, but anybody can attend, right, so you could attend the meetings, you wouldn't have a vote necessarily.
But the question would be,
You can't speak.
we can't,
the rules
three of
don't
us
allow
couldn't
you
be
to
there.
speak. Oh, yeah, three of you couldn't be there without announcing it as a council meeting, yeah.
Okay.
I would
Nice.
like to keep my position on the finance committee.
So you want to be a member, okay.
And Vinnie, you did a lot of the budgeting stuff
I
all
did a
year
lot of
long,
budgeting,
so.
yeah.
Do you want to put it to a vote?
Gonna have to, so,
Are you just writing these all down and we're going to vote after? Or are you
no,
voting on
we're
these?
just, I'm marking them all down, and then at the end, we'll just approve. So you want to be a member?
Me? You'd have
Yeah.
to be a finance committee? Yeah.
Mike, do you want to be a member or liaison, or we'll just vote?
That's fine. I'll be the liaison. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll be the member, and then I would like to be the liaison. So I guess we'll just,
That's fine. I'll just do my library and I'm good.
okay, you're okay, all right.
Yep.
And then I've got, all right, so Pam for general assistance, and then,
I would actually like to be on the Dry Mill Schoolhouse.
I'll get down, okay, I have you down that, all right, perfect. I'm just gonna go down a couple, because we kind of went out. Board of Assessment Review,
I would do that.
okay, and I would be the alternate, if nobody has an objection. Greater Portland Council of Governments, I was on that this year. I'd have no problem doing that again, if nobody else wanted to do it.
You need a second
Judy,
person,
need
I'll
a
do
second
it.
on that, you
Yeah.
do that, okay. Ordinance Advisory Committee, if nobody wants to do that, I will take that. Okay, and then the Recreation Committee liaison?
that.
Want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, anybody good with that? And then we have so I got a couple left, and they are, let's just start in no particular order. Would somebody like to do the Planning Board? Okay, so,
Well, I haven't done it in the past, so I suppose it's my turn. I
right,
could probably do planning board.
all right, you are a trooper, thank you, Ann. Okay, and then we have the Staff Review Committee liaison.
I'll do that
Can you
again.
do that? Okay, Mike. And then we have two left. Would anybody want to do the Wild Blueberry Festival Committee?
I will.
Okay. And then the last one is the Zoning Board.
I'm just not available Wednesday
Okay.
nights, I'm
All right.
sorry.
Okay. Just looking through here. So if we have one open, we don't decide on it moving.
Nobody wants to be on the ZBA.
It's not, I just can't do Wednesday
The only
nights.
rule is you can't be on, let me just see, you can't be on both ZBA and planning board. I think.
No, I don't think so.
You can't, I think you
Yeah,
can
I don't
only be
think you
on
can.
one of the three. Board of Assessment Review, Planning Board, and ZBA, I think, are the three that you can only be on one at a time.
Can we leave it open?
Well, you should. I mean, you know, I guess, here comes Brett.
As a liaison, you can be on two different ones. It's not a member because liaisons aren't voting members.
Okay.
So liaisons do have the ability to be on two separate boards.
I thought that it had to do with boards, actually, not committees.
Let me see,
This-
it's right here.
We're going to find out.
A liaison is just the
You're just kind of there to
Yeah.
support.
I feel like I just read
No,
this.
I mean, I think it's important to clarify, actually, that the job of the liaison is to inform committee members about council priorities, and then also bring back to the council information that, or ideas or suggestions that the committees have, or just sort of updates.
Correct.
What's the committee again you're looking for?
Zoning.
That one doesn't meet regularly.
It does?
It's when there's
Yeah,
when there's an
it
applicant.
rarely
Right.
meets.
Nobody's gonna volunteer. No. I'll take it, but what if I don't like it?
If you don't,
Next year.
I'll tell you what, if you don't,
You-
I'll help you.
Don't do
So if you,
Don't
if you do that, and I'll do that, and that way we can help Derek.
So what is it again? The zoning?
Zoning board, and I'll have the list, I have all the list up, so we've got everything, I think we're all lined
You're-
up.
He's only got like one committee, isn't it?
No, he's got stuff, he's got, we got, do you want me to do it? All right, I'm gonna do a rundown real quick, so,
I like the plan.
Board of Assessment Review Liaison is Pam Edson, I'm the alternate. Dry Mills, Pam Edson. Finance Committee member Judy Simino, I'm the liaison. Pam is the General Assistance Fair Hearing. Ann is the General Assistance Fair Hearing. Mike Johnson is the General Assistance Fair Hearing. Library Trust is Mike Johnson. Greater Portland Council of Governments is myself and Judy.
You need a liaison too, I'll do that.
Do we? Oh, if we
Not a
need-
liaison, an alternate, sorry.
If we need all right, perfect, I'll do that. If we need one here. And then we've got Open Space, which is Ann. Ordinance Advisory, which is myself. Planning Board, which is Ann. The Recreation Committee is Judy Simino. Resiliency Committee is Ann Gass. Staff Review Committee is Mike Johnson. Blueberry Festival is, who did that?
Judy.
Wild Blueberry?
Me.
Judy Simino.
might
And
be
then
on
Zoning
too
Board would
many.
be Judy, and I'm going to be the alternate.
Yeah, I think I'm on too many.
Yeah,
You are. You
you're
are.
on
All right.
1, 2.
Yeah, I'm on Finance,
Three.
Rec, Wild
You're on
Blueberry,
5.
CPO, George.
Does anybody want to
and
do
then-
Blueberry? Do you like
I don't.
blueberries?
Well, I can do the blueberry.
All right, you're the best. Thank you. All right, there we go. Okay, so I think we're good. I'd like to see if we
I'd
could
rather
take.
do Blueberry than that other one I got on.
Okay. You can do mid-season trades if you want.
Good, okay.
So can we let's see. Can we make a motion to approve the council liaison list as discussed? And I would provide that to you, Britt. You have it? All right, beautiful. All in favor? All opposed? Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Referrals. I don't think we have any referrals tonight. Ann, you have a couple that you want to bring on for the next one that we will make sure that it's absolutely on. Other than that, are there any other referrals tonight?
So what do we have, 2 weeks to put something on? 2 weeks prior, because the
Sure.
meeting
There's
has
a-
changed till the 14th.
Yes.
Okay.
And then typically what we do is we have a form that we fill out that you've seen that Ann sent to you, Council Gas sent to you. There's a form that you fill out, we'll get it to you. There's a form that you fill out usually
Okay.
for referrals. However, if we do bring something up in the meeting and we talk about it, say it's between, say we've got the 9 days and all of a sudden something comes up you want to add, we can talk about it. You just need to get the form to Britt after the fact.
Okay.
But we'll go over all that with you. So, all right, let's see. And then current council referrals right now that are open are the comprehensive plan rezoning, create a water quality shoreland ordinance, pop-up business ordinance, update public safety ordinance, village transformation project, policy review, mooring ordinance, and self-insured program/risk pool. And then the next upcoming meeting now is on
July 14th.
July 14th. Beautiful.
6:30.
Any other questions by anybody? All right, close it out. All right, beautiful. All right, motion to adjourn the meeting at 8:19 p.m.
1 second.
Beautiful. All right, meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Hey.